students, I am Dr. Umesh Prasad Sinha, Associate Professor, Department of Anatomy, Government Medical College, Bettiya. Today I am going to discuss about the histology of liver. As you know, the gastrointestinal tract has plenty of glands embedded in its wall. From esophagus to anus. But some glands present in outside the GIT and forward its secretion into GIT. In these groups, these glands are major salivary glands, second is pancreas, and third is liver. These are glands which present outside the GIT and forward its secretion into the GIT. The liver is largest gland of the body, present in right hypochondrium. The structure is about this like, and it is divided into two lobes, right lobe and left lobe. As you know, gland has two parts. One is supporting part that is called stroma, and other is cellular part or glandular part that is called parenchyma. So, liver has a capsule, fibroelastic capsule, which is called Gleason's capsule, which surround the liver peripherally. Just outside of this Gleason's capsule is visceral peritoneal layer. In some part of liver, the visceral peritoneum layer is absent, but Gleason's capsule is present in all around the liver. In the parenchyma, the fibrous septa divides the parenchyma into many lobules, which is called hepatic lobule. I will discuss it in detail, but just understand these things. The hepatic lobule is surrounded by septa, which is made up of fibrous tissue, and hepatic cells that forms the lobule is supported by reticular fiber. So the Gleason's capsule and septa of lobule and reticular fibers are the stroma of liver. The liver cell is also called hepatocytes. All the liver cells are polyhedral in shape. There is presence of nucleus. In the middle part of cell, and there is acidophilic granules in liver cells or hepatocytes. One thing is to be remembered that all the liver cells have same function. All the liver cells are structurally same, and the function of liver cells has same. The function of liver cells is versatile. First is metabolism. metabolism. As you know, the liver receives its blood through portal veins. So, all the digested food material first enters into liver, where it is metabolized. The second function of liver is detoxification. Detoxification. The product of metabolism which is harmful for the body is detoxified by the liver cells. Third is secretion of bile. This is last but not least, bile. Secretion of bile. Now I am going to discuss details of histological picture of liver. If you examine a slide of liver, you may see a central vein in the middle of classical lobule or hepatic lobule. From the central vein, the liver cells radiates like a cord, like this. This is hepatocytes which radiates to the periphery from central vein. I am coming to detail about the central vein and the radiation of hepatocytes and the arrangement of hepatocytes and other things. This is a two-dimensional structure. On the board, but think in three-dimensional view. So these hepatocytes arrange one over others like this. Suppose that this is a hepatic cell, then this is cord of hepatic cells which radiates from central vein to periphery, and one hepatic cell arranged over others. So it forms just like a lamina. This lamina radiates from central vein to the periphery. So this is called hepatic lamina, which is formed by the cords of liver cells, and these lamina had perforation like this. So there is a communication between this area to this area. At the periphery, on the septa, we have portal canal like this. Suppose that this is another hepatic lobule. At the junction of other hepatic lobule, there is portal canal which has interlobular portal venule, interlobular hepatic arteriole, and interlobular bile ductule, and lymphatics. This is called portal triad. A portal triad is surrounded by a limiting membrane, which is one cell thick limiting membrane. And this limiting membrane is surrounded by fibrous capsule, which is called periportal fibrous capsule. So you have to remember what is portal canal, what is portal triad, and what is limiting membrane, and what is periportal fibrous capsule. In between periportal fibrous capsule and this limiting membrane, there is a potential space which is called periportal space of mouth. Periportal space of mouth. Now one thing is clear, that any structure which passes from this portal tract to the central vein must perforate the limiting membrane. Must perforate the limiting membrane. Now I am coming to the blood circulation of liver. From portal tract, suppose that this is portal tract and this is branch of portal vein, this is branch of hepatic artery, it is actually hepatic arteriole, and this is bile ductule. At this point, the blood flows to the central vein, which is present in the center of the hepatic lobule. Suppose that this is hepatic lobule. This is hepatic arteriole. 25% blood from hepatic arteriole and 75% blood from branch of portal vein flow through a space which is called sinusoids to the central vein. Sinusoids present between the hepatic lamina. We have already discussed about the hepatic lamina. In between the hepatic lamina, sinusoids present through which blood flows from branch of portal vein and hepatic arteriole to the central vein. In between the hepatic lamina and sinusoids, there is a potential space. This space. This is called a space of Disset. पेरीसाइनोसॉइडल स्पेस ऑफ डिस्सेट इसको हम बोल सकते हैं पेरीसाइनोसॉइडल स्पेस ऑफ डिस्सेट. Now I am coming to the detail about sinusoids. Sinusoids is made up of simple squamous epithelium and macrophage cells, that is called Puffer cells. This is sinusoid, which is made up of simple squamous epithelium, which is nothing but endothelium, and this is macrophage series of cells, that is called Puffer cells. K-U-P-F-F-E-R, Puffer cells. You have to remember all these things. Puffer cells. The function of Puffer cells is formation of bile pigment from heme. Now I am coming to bile circulation. one thing is left here, that from central vein blood flow to sublobular vein, and from sublobular vein blood flow to hepatic venule, and from hepatic venule hepatic vein, and hepatic vein drains into inferior vena cava. Now come to circulation of bile. The surface of hepatocytes which is not in contact with sinusoids forms bile ductule. If we examine in electron microscope, this surface of hepatocytes thicken, and with the help of other cells, it forms a canaliculi that is called bile canaliculi. Bile canaliculi. Hepatocytes also form bile, which is secreted into bile canaliculi, and through bile canaliculi it is carried to the bile ductule, and from bile ductule other bile ductules join. Ultimately, from liver the bile is secreted by left and right hepatic duct. Left and right, this is right and this is left. Left and right hepatic duct, bile is secreted. In other class, I will discuss about the gallbladder, where it will be clear how bile secreted and poured into the GIT. Now I am going to show you the slides of liver. This is the slide of liver. You can see this is septa, which forms the classical lobule or hepatic lobule. In the center, this is central vein. At periphery, this is portal canal, which contains interlobular portal venule, interlobular hepatic arteriole, and interlobular bile ductule and lymphatic. This is portal canal, this is portal canal, this is portal canal. And this is hepatic lamina. Hepatic lamina radiating from central vein to the periphery. And this is sinusoids. White area, this is sinusoids. If we adjoin three adjacent central vein like this, see this, we find a triangular area. In three-dimensional view, it is a triangular prism, which is called portal lobule. So you must understand what is portal lobule and what is classical lobule. The classical lobule is hexagonal in shape. The classical lobule is hexagonal in shape, and the portal lobule is triangular in shape. This is three-dimensional view. This is central vein. This is central vein, and this is branch of portal vein. This is sinusoid. See the sinusoids. Blood flow from portal vein, and this is hepatic arteriole. 75% blood by portal vein, 25% blood by hepatic arteriole that flows into the sinusoids, and sinusoid drains its blood into central vein. This is bile ductule. It receives bile from bile canaliculi. This is bile canaliculi. The other surface of hepatic lamina, which is not in contact with sinusoids, forms bile canaliculi, and this bile canaliculi opens into bile ductule and deliver its secretion into bile ductule, and from bile ductule more major bile ducts united, and ultimately by the left and right hepatic duct bile flow into GIT. Here you can see also, this is central vein, this is classical lobule. Here you can also see, this is central vein, this is portal canal, this is branch of portal vein, this is hepatic arteriole, and this is bile ductule. You can see here also. That's all. Thank you.